Welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. I know this isn't going to be his year. Ron DeSantis was the only guy that was even holding a candle to the idea that Trump wasn't going to be the nominee for the Republicans in 2024, but he's certainly setting himself up for a future with the Republican Party. We'll get into that in just a second. I'm going to talk to Jack first. Jack in Dallas here on the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. What's on your mind, Jack?
Yes, y'all were just talking about what can you do about the judges, the rogue judges.
Yes.
Well, don't they have a board that the same board that you have to go to get your license?
No.
That same board controls them. What if we got a petition together and send it to the board and threaten them that we're going to let them stay on their board?
What's the name of this board? You're talking about some. I don't know of a board you're talking about.
It's like a lawyer's board.
Yeah, well, they have like a bar, like the New York State Bar, or the Louisiana or the Texas State Bar. No, that's not gonna get them knocked off. When you talk to lawyers, and the guy I just talked to, Jeremy Rosenthal, in the last segment from TexasDefenseFirm.com.
You can't get them out. You can't get them out trying to vote them out because you really don't even know who your judges is. I don't know who my judge is right here in town.
Now,
nobody cares about the judges.
Ain't
nothing written up on them.
All right, we're back on the same page again. That is a complaint I have had about the democratic process by which we hold our judges accountable at the ballot box. Name the judge. Name the district that you're in right now. Name the judge for it. The judge of the district of your house. I mean, some of you may know it, but congratulations. Aren't you the smartest little kid in the class? But I'm telling you, 98% of the country doesn't know who their judge is, nor do they know the top 5 judges that they could replace that one with if they want to get them out. This is one of the inherent flaws of any democratic system. This is why we wanted to set up more of a republic than a democracy, is because your rights shouldn't be beholden to whatever 50% of the population thinks they should be. They should be put down on this piece of paper and no one can assail them. And the only point of judges is to keep those rights secure. But of course, we're way past that now. But Jack, that's one of the tough parts about this. There is no overseeing board that can stop this. There is a way for, after the bad case has already gone through, that it can be overturned on appeal or taken up to the Supreme Court and overturned. But in the meantime, this is going to play out, whether it's justified, ethical, moral, legal, or not. Once this ball is rolling, we're just stuck with these judges. We're stuck with these prosecutors. Maybe sometime after the fact we can get rid of them, but we're not going to get rid of them before the election.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, well, look, and I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just being, I don't know, maybe a little cynical, but I think that's just a objective observation. It's not good or bad. It's just, it is. I'm indifferent toward it. We'll live to fight another day, I hope. But meanwhile, let's go over to Florida, where the case needs to be made over and over and over, that every time you see one of these, every time you see a protest where people camp out and they trespass and they break the rules and they break the laws and there's property damage and they're rioting in downtown Dallas, or they're blocking the highways in Chicago, or they're blocking the entrance to an airport. All of this is done with the blessing of the powers that be, because all of these encampments, all of these protests could have been taken down just like that. Because how do we know that? Because they were in places that didn't want that. So if you are a camper, if you are a protester, and you're not getting arrested for protesting or blocking a highway or destroying property or blocking entrances or getting on some sort of freeway ramp, you are not part of the resistance. You are the mindless foot soldier doing the bidding of the elites in power. You are on their team. Now, I see that. You see that. You know who else sees that? Ron DeSantis. Oh, by the way,
and I know that
something I've noticed about some of these Ron DeSantis clips, it sounds better. It sounds better if I can play a little bit of the Magnificent Seven theme under it. You remember the movie, the old one? This song? Yeah, now listen. Isn't this Ron DeSantis theme song here?
And I know that we've seen this throughout the rest of the country, where this has kind of become a common occurrence. We don't do that here in the state of Florida. And so they did have an encampment, and it lasted about a few minutes. And so I want to thank the university here, as well as all of our state universities, for ensuring that we're going to maintain order in the state of Florida. You do not have a right to commandeer property. You don't have a right to go take over parts of the university. You don't have a right to go after other students based on their ethnicity. And we're going to ensure that that's upheld in the state of Florida. And you've seen that also in other places throughout the state. And look, these are public universities. These are things that exist basically due to the benevolence of the citizens of Florida, people who have been willing to allow their tax dollars to go to these things. And so if they're not keeping order, then we'll find new people who will keep order. And it's just that simple. And that's what's going to happen when you have here.
And it really is that simple. You don't like these kids tearing up the campus? You don't like them blocking highways? You don't like them blocking the entrance to the airport? Arrest them! Coming up next, First Impressions with Del Poland on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.